Welcome back to Cherry Hills. Last time we left off, I gave you a sneak peek of my resin farm. Here it is now. It's quite a bit bigger now. I've been able to expand it up 3 layers, so there's 4 layers total now. Got the bottom layer, goes all the way up. Kind of just replicated the same thing upward. I don't know if I actually explained how this works before. I guess I can do that right now, quick. And then I'll explain what I'm gonna try and accomplish today. During the nighttime, the creaking will spawn in. These creaking hearts are basically the life force, I guess, of the creaking. And they can only spawn during the nighttime. So we have 2 logs here. The heart has to be sandwiched between the 2 logs in order to activate the creaking. So during the nighttime, what will happen is the creaking will spawn in, I believe within a 32 block radius of the heart. Every single time it takes damage, it will basically put some resin on one of these logs here, so it ends up looking like this. Eventually, the resin will hit this specific face of this specific log, which, as you can see, activates that piston and moves the log, which breaks all of the resin, as you can see, which then ends up in this chest down here. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a texture pack that turns off pretty much all of the redstone sounds. That's why you can't hear the piston at all. Because I have a lot of bubble elevators, and the way that those work is you need a dropper that's always being activated over and over again, and those can be really loud. So anyway, so what I want to do here is, as you can see, I've been able to expand this upward. But the problem is, so every single one of these creaking hearts will spawn in a separate creaking, which means I need to get all of the creaking into one spot so I can hit them all at the same time to activate all of these at once. Problem is, like I said, they'll spawn within, I think, a 32 block radius of the heart, which means they can spawn anywhere around here. So eventually, for this bottom layer, we'll have to cover the entire ground with blocks that are not full blocks. So we could just use like carpets, stairs, slabs, all that kind of stuff. We'll have to do that basically within a 32 block distance from each side of the farm, which will take some time, but we can get to that later. For now, I'm trying to figure out how to get the creakings. Whoa, that did not work out for me. Trying to figure out how to get the creakings that spawn up here down there, because that you can see the water in this hole is going to push all the creaking into that spot where there's no water there, and that's where I will attack them. But we need a way to get them all down there first. My idea originally was to have the creaking spawn here, and then I'll stand on the block just on the other side of that wall there, where they will walk on top of some trapdoors, and then I just activate the trapdoors and they fall through. But for some reason, they don't always fall. Sometimes they'll just barely be like on the very edge of the closed trapdoor, so they'll be standing right here. As you can see, I'm literally floating. They'll do the same thing, which means that this doesn't really work very well. So instead, I'm going to put these pistons. I'm going to put them here. So whenever the creaking hearts activate, hopefully all of these should be close enough to be able to spawn on this one strip. And you can see I've placed carpets as well as half slabs around the area to make sure they can only spawn on these grass blocks. And they shouldn't be able to reach down there, because I think their spawn radius can only go 8 blocks up and down, and I think that's farther than that. Based off of these creaking hearts. What we'll do is we'll place these up here, one there as well, so that we can place redstone on that, which will activate all of the pistons when I pull a lever. I'll have a lever or a button. I'll probably have it a button because I think that'll be more convenient. I'll just put the button like here or something, and the redstone will go all the way down. Whoops, that's the wrong block. Redstone will go all the way down here. We're gonna need to put slabs on top of these. Maybe we can use carpet. I don't think that'll work though, because every single time these are activated, we'll likely just break the redstone. But at the very least, we can try and see if the creaking will spawn here, since it's turning nighttime. Whoa, okay, so I've got myself a button here. We'll head up. Of course, none of them has spawned in yet. That didn't do any... Wait. Maybe it's the carpets. Let's see. Huh. It looked like that guy spawned... Whoa. It looked like he spawned on top of the redstone. Which could be a problem, but I think we'll be okay. We'll just have to put more slabs in. Let's see. Let's see if this button works. It will only activate one of them for some reason. That is strange. Okay, so I mean it does push them in. So we know that that works. That skeleton's freaking the fuck out. Holy shit. Also, I swear they're spawning in more than they should be. I don't know what's going on. This is confusing to me. What the? Oh god. Hold on. What the fuck? What? Okay, let's see. Maybe this has to do with the fact that there's slabs? See, I'm not sure why it's not activating all of them at once. Because in a test world, that was working just fine. Gonna grab some slabs here. Go back over. We'll turn those slabs into whole blocks using these slabs. And hopefully that'll fix our issue. Because otherwise I don't know why that wouldn't work here, but it works perfectly fine in my test world. Okay, let's see. Button there. There we go. That's odd. Huh. Well, you know what? That's fine. So now we want to place slabs above the redstone and above the pistons so that they can't spawn on top of either. Because for some reason they, I guess, are able to do that, which I didn't think they would, but there. It works. So now they'll just get pushed down here and they should just land directly into this hole and get pushed from the water into the corner there, where I can just stand down there and smack them. The only other problem we're having is that their spawn rate is actually kind of inconsistent. Like when it becomes nighttime, they don't immediately all spawn at the same time on the available blocks. I'm not really sure how that works. I don't know if I have to be within a certain proximity, or if it is literally just like random chance of when they spawn in or whatever. But either way, I think the system works, so we'll have to replicate that upward. Which means I'm going to need quite a few more slabs. Let's go grab some here. Yeah, that should be good for now. Okay, let's see. I gotta make sure this is the exact same over there. I think we got it right. Head back up. Oh, that did not work. Really, the most difficult part about this is just trying to get up. Okay, just like that. Really gotta make sure this is correct. Okay, just like that. Then button there. Redstone will go around these. Now realistically, we probably shouldn't use the slabs for this part. I'm gonna go make some stone bricks, and we'll use that instead. Stone bricks. Should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this and build it out of bricks instead. Oh! I'm gonna try to anyway. Okay, this one works flawlessly the first time. Good. So I also need to make sure that they have no chance of like moving around. Why don't we just do this? Just like that. So they can only spawn on these blocks here. And then they'll be pushed directly downward. I really don't think that this is necessary. So we'll just get rid of that. And I think the same with this. We'll just get rid of all the blocks that we don't need to be there. Now, of course, once we're done making our little park, you won't be able to see any of this anyway, so we're not too terribly worried about the way it looks now. We just gotta make sure it functions properly. And I think this layer is still spawn proof for the creaking. I need to stop falling down. Cool. Let's also make this a little bit closer to us, if we can, without exposing any spawn points. Oh, God damn it. You see, this is my problem. I've been having this problem from the very start. Okay, let's see. Make sure that this is a half slab. Yeah, we're good. And because redstone signals can travel through redstone, through slabs, that should just be perfectly fine. There we go. Sweet. In a second, we'll be able to see if this actually works, but first, let's go up here and spawn-proof this platform, so that we only need to worry about the one that's down here. Okay, it is nighttime. You can kind of hear them spawn in. That's the thing, is I don't know if I'm supposed to not look. But, I mean, it works. Somehow that guy even fell down. So that's 2 out of 4 for this layer. Oh, that guy. Let's see if I can get that guy in there. Nope. They are kind of smart. And I'm not seeing any more spawn in here. Which makes me think they've got to be able to spawn down below from up above. I smack all these guys. They will basically show me exactly which creaking heart. Yep. Where did you come from? What the hell? So it looks like they can kind of spawn below no matter what. Because you can see all the way up there, one of these, the heart that it belongs to is all the way up at the top, it looks like. So I'm not really sure. This one is only down here. It's very difficult to tell. Okay, I'm gonna sleep. We'll reset the night, and we'll see what happens. If this guy will leave me alone. More importantly, if this guy will leave me alone. Okay, right here. You bitch. Where'd you go? Oh, I think it died on my thorns. And now there's a zombie after me. Let me just go into a tree. Okay. So now let's finish building this part. The idea is this bubble elevator is going to go all the way up. So maybe I should expand that first. That actually makes sense. Let's do that quick. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that allows me to choose exactly where I want to go out. It does. Perfect. Oh, kinda. Man, that's actually kind of precise. I was really hoping that would work. I have an idea. Whoops. Wait, that works? Okay, actually I have an idea. What we'll do is place that there. Then all we gotta do from the bottom is hold forward, and we should get caught on that. Oh, okay, well, it doesn't actually work, apparently. Really looks like it did. That's annoying. Okay, hold on. Where the hell do my rockets go? Oh no. I'm stuck. Help. Let me go. Well, yeah, I don't know where my rockets went, but that was weird. Okay, as for my other idea, what we can do is we can have another bubble elevator here. Of course, I don't have the wood for it. That's great. So let's go grab that real quick. Okay, we'll sleep quick. Man, this thing is hideous from the outside. God damn. That's fine. We don't need it to look good. At least not yet. We will do that later. We gotta extend this all the way up. Actually here, because that needs to be there, but we can get rid of the rest of this. Except for this. That needs to stay. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make more fences. I thought I had a crafting table down here. Oh well. That's perfect, actually. Okay. Wait, I can just... God damn it. Like I said, the hardest part about this is just trying not to fall down. So at the time of recording this, it is currently fall time, which means a couple days ago it was Halloween. Oh right, forgot I need fences on both sides. Oh, apparently that works just fine. Cool. So yeah, it was Halloween, and me and my best friend, it was just the two of us this year hanging out. It was a lot of fun. All we did is we got like super wasted and just played games together. We did play a little bit of Minecraft. We played on that realm that I was talking about in a previous video. And we worked on our little Mario Kart ice track thing, which was a lot of fun as well. What did I come here for again? I've already forgotten. Oh right, I needed soul sand. That's what I came for. That took a minute. Yeah, it got me thinking, like, Halloween as an adult is so different than it used to be when we were kids. I don't know, it's kind of just, it's strange thinking about just how different things were when you're a kid. Especially when it comes to things like Halloween or Christmas or whatever. It's just so different. It never feels the same. Damn it. There we go. Okay, now we have a consistent way to get up there. Go through this one. Oh! I think we got that extra fence gate. There we go. Then we go through here. Then through here. That's it. Which means this is also finished, I'm pretty sure. Because there shouldn't be any points where they can spawn in. Actually, no, that's not true. We gotta cover this up. Yeah, Halloween is a very different holiday now than it used to be, at least for me. It's been a long time since I've come up with my own like costume idea and executed it. Like last year, I went to another party with my other friend. It was a costume party that I didn't have a costume for. So he just gave me like an extra pirate costume that he just had lying around. Okay, so the piston needs to be on this block, so we can do this as dirt. And then this is pistons. Right here. Oh, and then this actually doesn't need to be here. We'll block this off quick so that the creaking can't spawn. It's been a long time since I've even dressed up. Okay, let's see how well this works. What the hell? They can just spawn on the fences? How? Okay, well we're gonna need to figure out a fix for that. I have an idea. Here's what we can do. We've got these trap doors here. We can just place that. And we'll put carpets on the other sides too. Just like that. We also need to make sure we carpet those blocks. It really feels random where they will spawn, to be perfectly honest. So you really got to make sure you're covering everything up properly. Of course I'm out of carpets here, but I don't think this block needs to exist. There we go. Okay, I think we're pretty much done setting this whole thing up. So we've got our system with the pistons, which should work properly. Only thing I'm thinking of is, I don't know if they're gonna fall onto the edges, but we'll find out once we have a good opportunity to actually test it out. And of course, the other creakings, the ones from down here, are still going to be spawning on all of these blocks around. We're gonna need to fix that eventually as well. I just looked it up. It turns out it's only 16 blocks away. So if we count 16 blocks away from this, that's as far as the non-full blocks need to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16. So that's not too bad. That shouldn't be too difficult. I think I'm gonna try and do that too. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, 16. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16. And 1, 2, 3, 15, 16. There we go. Here's an idea. Wait, look at this. Whoop. Forgetting about carpets. Okay, so now that we have this finished, I'm going to place the carpets in a radius around it, and then we'll place in moss in the middle and start bone mealing the moss. And we'll just need to make sure that every single block in this area is covered in some kind of block that they can't spawn on. Which might be easier said than done, actually, because there's only so many different kinds of blocks you can use. I don't want to overuse any of them. In the name of science, we must do it. It must be done. I can even use things like lanterns and stuff. That shouldn't be too big a deal. We don't have nearly enough carpets to get this done, but that's fine. That'll be okay for now. Well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sleep right now, or I guess once it becomes daytime or nighttime. Maybe. Oh shit. So yeah, to start out, we'll just go around and turn all this into moss. We don't necessarily need to only use moss carpets. Like shortly we'll go grab some cobble stairs and stuff. Man, look at this now. This looks so different. Also, I'm getting rid of these azalea bushes just because I believe the creaking will be able to spawn on top of them. But it'll also give me a bunch of them to build with later on, so it kind of works out. Yeah, it looks like it's turning nighttime again, so we can kind of see what's going on up there. We still gotta spawn-proof this area before we really know what's going on. I was thinking earlier, we're going to probably want to put one of the piston things here. Otherwise, if there's nowhere for these creakings to spawn in, they probably just won't spawn in at all. This spawn-proofing project might kind of turn into a long-term thing, especially since the farm is functionable. It works right now despite the fact that it's not really finished. So we don't need to worry about making it 100% effective yet. None of this grass is going to prevent spawning anyway. One thing I've thought about for this world in the future is what's going to happen when I run out of space in this area? Or if I just simply decide to build like a mega base elsewhere? I wonder what that's going to be like. Because I've for the past year and a half, I've lived in this area exclusively. I've never really left the area. Although at the beginning of the world, I took inspiration from YouTubers playing the game for the first time. A lot of them, what they did is just take maps and just go explore, try and fill the maps in. I actually did that for, I don't know, a few months when I first started this world. The map that I showed off in my tour video inside of my house, that's where that came from. It was just me like exploring by boat and by horse because I didn't have an elytra at the time. Painstakingly trying to fill in those maps. And at a certain point I kind of gave up on that just because I remembered that I do enjoy this kind of thing in this game. Making farms and automating stuff. Yeah, let's run upstairs quick and see if any of them will spawn up here. Okay, there's a couple up there. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Let's push them down. There's none up there though. Oh, you want to know why? It's because I haven't unspawn-proofed this part yet. That should do the trick. Oh. Did the trick a little too well. Hold on. Let's get this guy over here. And if I can just... Hey, what's up, bud? Could you... Okay, hold on. Actually, you know what we could do? We could just simply get these guys out of here. Oh, no. Okay, it's fine. All we gotta do is go back up. That's the wrong one. Okay. Goodbye. Where'd the other guy go? Oh, we're on the wrong level. Wait, hold on. I wonder if the reason they're like... This is crazy. This is insane. Holy, this is crazy. You know what? Let's just do this for a minute. I don't think we have all the creakings in here, but you can see there's so many. There's so many. I guess it's just gonna loop back around forever. Where'd you come from? What is going on with these things? Ah, I look away. They try and run towards me, but for some reason they just run like up the water. That is strange. Yeah, like I was saying, we don't need to worry about like spawn proofing and making sure that everything is 100% effective yet, because there are so many creakings right here. I might just sit here and whack them for a while, and we'll be back and we'll see exactly where we're at as far as resin goes. So while I do this, I'll talk about what I was kind of talking about before, about expanding my world and moving out to a new base. Because I feel like what I have over here is really nice, but there's not a whole lot to look at, especially from above the surface. A lot of my house is underground, and it's great, but again, there's not a whole lot to look at. I still do have other plans for this area. Like, namely, of course, I'm going to finish off this park. And then I've got down by the, what do you call it, the canyon over there where my sugarcane farm and the bridge and everything. In the previous video I was saying I kind of want to make that into like a docks area where there's houses lining the water. But I also had another idea. Instead of having just normal houses and kind of having that specific vibe that I was explaining earlier from a specific video game, what if instead I turn it into somewhat of a hobbit house? Like I have little holes that dig into the side of the cliff, just to kind of turn it all into hobbit houses. I think that could be kind of cool. I'll have to decide which one I decide to do in the future. But other than that, I do have long-term plans for this area. Like, I want to turn the spawn area where my storage unit is, I kind of want to turn that entire area into a city. My original idea was to have the mountain that the storage unit is sitting on top of was going to have a castle on it. I was originally thinking of turning the storage unit build into a castle instead of a factory, which is what it ended up being. But I just felt like a factory was more fitting for what it was, because copper golems kind of gave me factory vibes. Underpaid workers in dangerous conditions. Kind of like unpaid workers in claustrophobic conditions with no food or drink, like my golems. But anyway, the factory vibe just kind of worked better, I think. I do have plans for that area to make it into a city, so that could be kind of cool. I'll have to think about further plans for this world, but for the time being, I do have more things to do in my Cherry Hill area before I go off and make a new base somewhere else or something. But that's also something I've thought of doing in the past, is even just leave my items behind. Maybe take my good gear, like my netherite stuff, so I don't need to start completely over, but just leave my storage unit behind, leave all that stuff behind, and just go start anew somewhere. It could be kind of cool to do that for a while until I have like a established base. I'll set up goals for myself, and once I beat all the goals, I can come back here and just continue to work over here if I ever feel burnt out of working over here. I think that could be kind of an interesting idea, just something to try out. It'd also be kind of cool to just have a change of scenery. I think I might have mentioned this before, but this world does not really have any interesting biomes surrounding it. Like a lot of the biomes that you'd like to see, like massive mountains, you know, mesa biomes, desert. The nearest desert is like 3,000 blocks away. But I could go live in the desert maybe. Or live in the mesa biome. Make like a western themed town. But anyway, this is all speculation for the time being, but ideas for the future. It looks like it's going to become daytime. Oh! Wow, look at that. As soon as I said it, it happened. Oh, yeah, okay, you can see the entire thing is completely full now. I don't know how long it was full for. Oh, that's also full. I don't think I can even hold all that. Oh, probably not. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I don't feel too bad about... Oh, it was the actual hopper. Interesting. It wasn't the resin that filled up. It was the hopper that filled up. I'll probably want to expand it into 9 hoppers instead for the future. I think it's okay for now. We'll just leave it. But in the future, that will be helpful, so that the hoppers don't get overflowed too quickly. Okay, yeah, we'll go back and let's just continue mossifying this place. Then later on we'll come over with probably mostly slabs, honestly, because it's going to be kind of hard to make this look nice, I think. Let's see what we can do. I actually think we're pretty much there. Another issue is there's not going to be any tall grass at all, because even just short grass, I think they should be able to spawn on top of that. So, like I said, it's going to be difficult to make it look good, but we can try. We could even leave some of the azalea bushes down and just put moss carpets on top. I just thought about that. That could be nice. It doesn't look horrible. Could be worse. I think it might be worth our while now to go grab some of this stuff and just see if we can... Oh, hold on. I don't think I have a spot in those chests for my mossy stuff. That's okay though. Start with that. There's not a whole lot here, but we'll start with that, see what we can do. And of course next we'll build the tower around it. Okay, let's see. How to do this, I'm not really sure. It's gonna be a very rocky area. Now they should be able to spawn, if they're upside down like that, I do think they'll spawn in. I guess what we could do is just fill it all in with these blocks first. Oops. Should have saw that coming. And then we can add other blocks in later. Probably just a ton of moss carpet. It might even be worth trying to get a bunch of moss carpet first and lay all of that down. I don't know if there's a very reliable way to get tons of moss carpet besides just bone mealing grass and then just picking it up like this. I don't know if there's any other way to do it really. Oh, you know what? I bet there's probably a way to do an automatic moss farm. I think there is, actually. But I had another idea if I want to try and do it manually a little bit quicker. I won't do this on camera, but because it's going to take forever. But I'll show you my idea first, at least. Let me grab a piece of moss here. If we just place this down, then water. Bone meal again. Then water again. Just do that over and over and over again. You know, that actually probably would work pretty well. If I just keep that in my offhand. Whoa, whoops. Okay, now we definitely want to put it here. Okay, actually I went ahead and did it for a few minutes. And we've already got a stack of moss carpet. That's not bad. A stack in 40, actually. That's pretty good for the amount of time I was doing it for, which was not a lot. Although we gotta remember, this is a 32 by 32 area, because it's gotta go, actually probably more than that. I'm not even sure, because it has to go 16 this way. Mathematically speaking, it's 32 by 32, and then adding whatever these corners are, I'm pretty sure, something like that. Not very good at math, but it's quite a bit of moss carpet that I'm going to need. I think we can get it to work. It's going to take a long time. And like I said, I'm not too worried about trying to spawn-proof this entire area right now. So I'm just going to use this stack, and then we'll be done for now with this. Oh, I've gone too far. Whoops. Okay, so that was a stack in 40, and I got, I don't know, 1% of the way there. Yeah, I think for now, that's where I'll leave this one off. We've made some good progress, because now we have a way to actually pretty consistently get the creaking down here from up here. Of course, they still don't spawn very consistently. There's a couple up here. Push them down. Go up here. Oh. Well. I guess I'm gonna fix that quick. I'm gonna fix it really quick before we're done, because it will bother me. So all we need to do is make it so that there's no way for them to get over here. So I'll just use these cobblestone slabs for now. That should be all we need, because they can't spawn on top of these half slabs, and they can't move anywhere else. So that should be it. These should work pretty well. All we need to do is basically we'll start down here, press the button, we'll go up, do this one, press the button, then we'll go up through here, press the button, then we'll drop back down, press the button, go back up, press the button, go back up, do it one more time. And hopefully at that point we'll have pretty much all of these, which there should be 12, I'm pretty sure. 12 of them from those 3 layers. All of them should be in here. And that leaves only the 5 that are from these layers. So we're still getting 12 every single time we do this. If we can get all of the creakings from up here down here. Until we spawn-proof this entire area. And then we'll have 17. Which is going to be a lot of resin all at once. Which is good, because we're going to need resin to build the building around this. But anyway, yeah, that'll be it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe next time we'll work on something other than this. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll just play by ear, like normal. Thanks for watching, and take care.